Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's Trade with Precision free video newsletter. It's the 14th of July. My name is Craig Cobb, and I want to point out a couple of things. First of all, well, Greece has come to somewhat of an arrangement with the Eurozone. After all that kerfuffle, all that toing and froing, all those battle games, they've actually gone and had to take on quite a few cuts and measures and whatnot to remain in the euro. So it seems like it really wasn't that much of an effective move for the Prime Minister to have, if you believe what you read, been sort of playing so many mind games with the public and Europe. Anyway, that aside, it's made for some pretty interesting reading over the last few weeks, and I'm sure it will continue to for the coming weeks. We've actually now got a little bit more stability in the markets, which is always a good thing. Instability or not knowing what's ahead, or being in a period of what's the word I'm looking for? I can't quite find it, but a period of uncertainty. There we go. That uncertainty, although still a little bit of uncertainty around, especially there's the Greece situation that's still ongoing. There's the Chinese situation. The markets were very volatile last week, seem to not be so bad this week. We're kind of out of the most out of uncertainty as we have been in a good 6 weeks or so. So that really opens the door for us as traders to find some opportunities and trade with a little bit more freedom as far as I'm concerned. Now, as much as I will still be keeping my risk parameters fairly low key and be very cautious this week, I'm hoping that in the coming weeks things will start to open up. Now, I want to show you some of the charts I'm looking at for this week and for at the moment. First of all, it's Euro Aussie on the agenda. If we have a look here on the weekly, we've got a nice uptrend in place, so that's good. Nice little pullback occurring at the moment. And the daily is really the time frame that I'm interested in here. If I just drop this line down into around this level here, you'll notice that around this 148, there's a bit of support, sorry, a bit of resistance. Test 1, 2, you've got a third one up here. I'd love to see it pull back in and sort of give me a little bullish candle there in that buy zone for a lovely little PLT. Now, for those of you who don't know what a PLT is, that's fair enough. You haven't done our courses or worked with us for too long. I'll show you how you can get more information on our ingredients and how we trade in just a moment, but it's pulled back into that buy zone. Nice bit of old resistance, which could potentially be support in a nice uptrend on multiple time frames. Now, if I go down the time frames, if I look at, if I'm honest, 16 hour as it stands right now, not that interested. The 12 hour, not that interested. I'm really keeping a close eye on this daily chart on Euro against the Aussie. The Aussie features a couple of times, well, nearly all of the times in this commentary this week. Again, having a look here at Aussie Yen, what I've seen in prices, obviously we're into a downtrend now, but where we've actually pulled back to, or pulling back to, in and around here, I mean, it probably dropped down a little bit lower, down to about here, so you can see, look, support, we've tested it again as resistance. Let me just zoom out a little bit. Oh, and look, there's some more. Okay, cool. So that made the level even stronger with this test over here as well. So we're definitely at a point of old support and resistance. We're finding resistance there at the moment because price has pulled up there twice now and failed to close above. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to get trading opportunities there, but I may do, and that looks pretty darn tasty. So the level was here, so you can't see all the way back, but we can see one thing for sure. It's pulled back, bearish candle in the sell zone. Now, if you know what our trading strategies are, that will make sense to you. I won't say any more, but Aussie Yen looks quite good for a bit more of an investigation. Kiwi Yen also in a lovely downtrend. I mean, it's got to be said, it's one of the finer trends out there at the moment. A beautiful trend, beautiful cyclicity. Each time we pull back into the sell zone, we've moved lower. We're back in the sell zone. Look, I'm just looking for a bearish candle to continue on moves to the downside on Kiwi Yen. It's not that really, sorry, it's not rocket science there. Aussie Swiss, it's actually broken down through a level of support. Keeping a close eye on it. Here's a support here. Looking for it to continue on in its downtrend. There's no real signs of strength there. It's just sort of meandering lower. Having a look on these mid to lower time frames, like the 4 hour and the 8 hour, we just don't quite have the setup there just yet. I would like to see it break down a bit better on the low here. Same to be said here, really, on the 16 and 12 hour. So to wrap that, basically what I want to see here is I just want to see these old lows taken out, and then I'll really see some momentum to the downside on Aussie Swiss. And finally, Aussie CAD, a very strong level of support, has been hung on to for quite some time now. If I show it to you in the weekly, you can see that line drawn in just here. Let me zoom out, see how far back that goes. We're looking at going back to the end of 2013, really. 1, 2, 3, we've broken down through it, had a bit of volatility around that level, and right now we're sitting right smack bang around that region. Now it's not an exact flat level in terms of being pinpoint. There's a few tests at that point. It's pretty good though. Just this breakdown, I want to see price breakdown through there. I want to see a retest of that level, and that could happen this week, and I'm hoping for it to happen this week. If it breaks down through that level, I will be looking for shorting opportunities. So, webinars this week. The first of the webinars is Wednesday at 8 p.m. London, 3 p.m. New York, and 5 a.m. Sydney the following day. So that'll be Thursday, or 7 a.m. Auckland the following day, Thursday as well. We're looking at the top ingredients for successful trading. So if you've gone through this particular video and you've scratched your head a couple of times going, I'm not quite sure what he's talking about, the buying and sell zone, the candles, blah, 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 well, then you need to be on this webinar. If you're interested in trading and you want to learn how we do things, you need to be on this webinar. And if you're looking for some help with your trading education, you need to be on this webinar. The next date is a Thursday, the 16th of July, which will be at 9 p.m. Auckland, 7 p.m. Sydney. So guys, get in there, register for that. We're going to look at some of the technical ingredients, 5 specific ones to be precise, and help you guys through. If you have any questions on the event, as always, just ask. It's going to be a fantastic trading week, guys, and if you are not positioned in knowing what it is you're doing and how you're trading, then you need to learn how to do that ASAP. I hope a fantastic trading week, guys. See you on the webinar, and speak to you all very soon. Bye for now.